Right, fantastic morning. I'm Rason. I go to Munsam de bro. Me dad opabia, medical ka say ansana merenken so besi ni trust no na wo de asase aka kire no. And so, ye tenase di hu say Saturday na opese to mu nchene kakra. Enti na abrebie tenase na ye babeto mu nchene de ma ofie ni amano ne nsam ye cheche mu do so mu yema wote ase. Yes, na ye tersetese musa e fixtures ahodo be cause stories ahodo e ba so during the week na ya hwe matches e ba so no so ahwe emu ensam ye. Na ye wie so a ye be ko boardroom na en wadi nkomo e wo ensem bia e koso e wagode mu ye be pese pense mu amu atiase your boardroom ho. Then of course yakoto kro ni mu akohe sene sika ne ho nsam nso esi etie e wo ho no. Monti kame ho ene me ne wa 0249 136744 0249 136744. If a week of UEFA Champions League and two giants in Europe, one more Teshriye, City Teshriye, Real Madrid Teshriye, and in a Conference League Chelsea Bogum Sansona in the Europa League so one more castle here who be an idea. We and a brain now, but fear Kumasa Sante Kotoko was a Ataniata, one pressure not tell Teko we hokakra Nafi tell about it. It's a pressure na Kotoko and a house of wins na start a back a crack crania. Then what University of Ghana Stadium has a vote. A giant and I saw ball vision by a goal to nil. By virtue of the win, a pias of Fuka Bastro Kakra ahead of the nanny watching games now. You have a Bessia Cometema Kumasa Sane Koroko, Kobichim. Wow, what a game. And send a back-to-back defeats. Nabano. Coach Prosper Nete Ogum. Intimidation high, so Kuluzu to Bechim. Bechim so game is more than. Semini. And your bad is a de pa. And no, any be brinani a day by the senior national soccer team, the Black Stars of Ghana, Coach Otoado, and naming a 25-month squad or the Kosciangola and Niger. Now, Nabi Brina Sen Kacheman. I mean, is Indian Gavaloka of Wavy Boy or the Mian Sambamu, Boga for Naba. Yet to take chances. School of thought, maybe no. Yen winning games in the middle, yen try winning. Near heady be sure Sudan did mo. Sudan, yan draw and your hay. Otoado so here win in the end. Yan the ABI so yam fanti emfa but to ado so wini ope to nkoko enye matrama kwa bia na kobuka ma na so akwa yehye yes ti ne sam o kan so on the captaincy ni na ye behwe e wo a net show no so live e wo Adom TV masan mo akwa ba biem me name super score ne agya gwade by Mustafa Ajidin and Steven Asare Vepa and of course Mr. Alfred Aka the producer Sergio Manocho and I think so no I director here Asantoa and I mean Guinness Asantoa da fie. I am a Asantoa anymore. Director na fie. Kwano person e o ri kokunu. Kokuna director no. I know dey too much. Director one na fie. And is it Salome or Awasha? People are Salome and Awasha. Ma dey na Salome.
Ma dey no dey
Salome.
Awasha.
Awasha na me man dey na Salome.
Yeah.
Director go Awasha. That's it. Azia e makwaba e betesim na e nsam na bro live. Ewo Adom TV show no sports arena Saturday bia 10:30 and ya de bro ewo afidie yi so Vipa akwaba
ye no eriko
na bibi ekoye
nyame
adom of course ye on kwade ya wade ye on kwa
me pewa outfit ne
oh me da say Nake clothing worldwide Nake fantastic morning go now to you nana nyame show na onto nkwanem and ye nua ba ko obi be fanako this year no feel last year ban multimedia
say machine
about multimedia ni ba ko
we say mean oba mean nka
ba I
be beto machine
I TV so
obi beto afidie na
yes it ye koja no ne timi wie ya me nansi kwan so na
ni amatia
ya wa talk ra wa talk ya bia to no
obi twimu ache
awurade nkomo again so stubborn to use akwa na bre ya sa boy if you week of UEFA Champions League never yeah 1-1 me pese ye bom ye na ye hwe highlights be 1 or 2 ni ade
in the last decade Omaya very vocal Omatsina United for Koko dominance no so na Manchester City. Enti say we coach Man United etua release clause. Anka players ne wo etawo release clause.
So you coach etua bi age na
United etua release enyenye first time sa coach etua no release clause. No matua na obebo against United's nemesis. And now coach Watina United for any just so our point is so proving. And previous meetings, City actually is born 5 that. But this game, na a litmus test for me. Ka Amorim lose game way in a woeful manner, the narrative would have been different. But Onim, Wachi City, those City are depleted kakra players in the but Wachi City, Ashen 4.
Hi.
Eko.
Or make a statement.
Wachi City, not being a account boardroom say, o share top 5 leagues now. Amorim will win rate. Was sort of coach be over 70%. And Osha even teams are more in the Champions League. Last season, City team what G and the film. And now Obia Cranshaw. And to share all these things come into play. Ni coach Obama United after international break. No what City team no. One share 1, one share 2. And yes, imagine by dint of luck. Where a convincing win. Amorim has a lethal weapon.
Okay.
Nipa no obo ne sister obo Arrowhead as a striker man. Unya chance of the what a way to prove yourself. Also, they noticed me when I put on the mask. And Wache clearly said, United, when you're a good coach, but there's one last piece to the puzzle. And that is Gokieres. Clubs be breeding at you.
Diga United in your what?
Oh, I saw me a what.
Just a coach pen or more. Well, it depends on the coach be or radio. I can for 1 or 2 players.
Or see on my fair player behind January. Or see January.
Maybe not in January, yeah.
But Neni done so. Because a beer product about Beto United don't mean interested. It's statements be brave will win him. And media, I wasn't surprised.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pep Guardiola say, I can't think far.
I can't think much.
As I say, you're 4G.
My goodness.
I say, you're calling
Manchester City game on a what is wrong with Manchester City?
Over Casimir, you'll be a member.
And then I have Manchester City. Injuries and injuries there. Team Bia, so far be Arsenal, among Naji, Jomo,
it's the normal football.
Twist and tense,
Yes. Like a graph. Beko, Baba form.
Okay.
You climb. So you can't be on top forever. So, the motivation, Krano, might not be there.
Economics one friend diminishing marginal
returns. Yeah. The law of diminishing marginal returns. And so best psyche and if the Pep himself said it, time I will be Barcelona they are called Bayern Munich. Sir Alex Ferguson after the Champions League final in 2011.
Near the hope of
yeah, you know, I say team we are building. Oh, I don't know. Oh, yes, why I standing 1 year? Standing 20 years, nothing I wanna did there. Alex Ferguson. And Guardiola was like, "Do baby, sometimes motivation not to psych them, no crap, and easy, because he's won it all."
Yeah.
And sometimes you do, and this is the same team. Savinho and Adom, right?
Yeah.
So this is a team. I'm fan say, "Oh, the Kovacic bar," and Kovacic had won the Champions League with Chelsea already. Kovacic was a Champions League winner with Real Madrid.
A World Cup finalist.
Or a World Cup finalist. He's seen it all. And the team now, it's like the entire team, no. They've won it all.
Don't wanna.
And psyching them. I'm not saying they don't have their flaws. They have their flaws. Yeah, can say, my best defender, Ruben Diaz, is injured. Their best midfielder, the best player in the world.
In the world at the moment. Rodri is out.
Is out, injured.
Haaland is misfiring.
And one of the best defenders they have. Yeah, one of the best defenders they have is John Stones. He's also out injured. And they City, Boboa, you could clearly see, say, a lot of loopholes with team. Because a difference what injured players and a difference what best players injured.
Fact.
But not said that integral part of it.
Now Madrid in that Gulan will pray
Well, good there, but Very
good. Menka even Mbappe or misfire no. Menka to say Mbappe presses here. Now better the narrative. So we have key players and we have squad players. And we the moment a key players when we injured, he will do wonders in the Premier League.
Because we share City.
Yeah, boardroom and Sunday Oba City. Yeah, no share City.
Top class.
So you say injuries, City.
Yes.
Motivation returns.
Yes.
Motivation,
yes. And you.
Champions the major here.
It doesn't matter.
Pep can crash even in the Premier League.
Yes.
He doesn't feel that edge to go again.
Why?
And
get record no me enko.
Why you for na tro?
Why that Champions League 3
and this year obetumi age 5. This year obetumi league ni jene
de atata here no.
Aya men
na Liverpool position.
Menka league no was MP because it's a marathon.
E be book off no January.
Thank you. E when ye be hwe squad depth. Ye be hwe team a e wo quality. Technically how drilled the team is. The tactical genius of the managers, like Alex Ferguson, they hear so many times.
Okay.
Until by January, February, no, they hear a month where we. Until Hono, and if you listen to Guardiola is not too perturbed about the league.
Pressure beyond.
There be so Washa, the worry no, he's more concentrated on the Champions League. The point is, Madrid is starting league. Madrid is starting season now. They think of the Champions League more than the league. Meanwhile, they are the most successful club in Spain. They would want to extend it. You've won it how many times? 35, 36? You decide
that doesn't mean you would want to.
But there is always a scale of preference. And on the scale of preference, there will always be a priority.
And the difficulty is certain clubs almost falling standards.
Dabi.
The moment BBS call from
so City, they will bounce back. Yes. Definitely they will bounce back.
All right, you share the Real Madrid game. AC Milan. It was a battle of a telephone, you know. Bobby Nacha, Bobby and AC Milan as a Champions League game on Shaden Carlo Ancelotti and a man for Crabre. Te Alonso watch Alonso. Brefie, come back to me. That time, come back, mommy. Your mama Alonso. Come back to me, Kaka, which you must say, me no you be paying. Oh, Alonso, come back to me. Remember the phone moment to Alonso. Never ready, mommy.
Never go ever for the because on who has a disease you will prefer the boss.
Oh, players now, Okrano, Ekamo.
Or the former club or the 9.
It doesn't matter. You know, you hear a new energy. Oh, you hear new energy or Real Madrid. Cowboys, I don't know. I don't know what is happening.
Very cool. You know, Judas.
One say Ancelotti is a type of person who be nice. So me them pay me once. Me them you say me for we internal bench na confess some brem. The things Mourinho will close his eyes and do. No decisions Mourinho be cut in the eye. No chairman on your down per problem. They be up in the dressing room. Oh, you know, fine. Well, sometimes the same boy is an unassuming boy. And Kolan ball. My good lemon. Obij them no shit. No man at lunch and I would have a ball.
The problem back I identify with this Madrid team is that Macasa won. A some maturity be back squad, especially the forward line. Aside that, no, I think the Rodrigo injury.
Yes.
A hard drink, I sister the chemistry of it.
Chameni so a prayer.
But yes, yeah, my take some person more. But one issue I have very clear, glaring issue. Idea is Obia who is here and said Mbappe is not converting chances.
Chances in the back.
You to me ruling it out. There are games I make vividly. Mbappe nya chances upon chances say on we game. Money Barcelona, the first half, Mbappe taking the chances, it would have been a different result. And Madrid said 2. Barca wouldn't have come done
that changed the whole game.
What you are saying, Eriko? I think
all born in 9.
I was reading
9 now, all born no. And yet,
one of the former legends, Nika Obisaka, said Mbappe is not 2 and 2 and 9.
Yeah, that is Benzema.
And I disagree.
Okay.
Benzema through and through a center forward. But there were times in that BBC role, he was operating from the flanks. Yes or no?
How often?
When Ronaldo was there and he was the focal and more clinical, he was operating from the flank. There was that switch amongst the three. There are times Mbappe has played as a centre forward. But the thing is that over the years, we are graduating more of a left-sided forward. But you ask yourself, say, even in the Madrid setup, as a centre forward, one, chances in the bar. Chances in the bar. Has he been clinical? Were he clinical?
No, but to score 8 goals in 15 games in your first season in Spain, can you back?
And he should be scoring more.
8 goals in 15.
Against Barcelona, case study, he could have scored 4 or 5 goals.
Interchange. Vini has tried playing the central role before. Try Vini so Fiona Chairman and born left Kakram.
Na Osha position even in sometimes the setup no more
4-3-3.
And now about 2 up front now. About Vini on the left, or Mbappe on the right.
But so sometimes on paper when game is started penalty.
And it's not even like Vini is that wide. About two center forwards.
Okay.
The question is chances never. Has he been clinical enough? That is the issue. And yeah, about playing as a center forward, or you can be on the left wing
and still miss
chances because the two of them they switch a lot. But the issue is that the issue for me is that Mbappe has not been clinical. And tell me how kind maybe a coach like Mourinho would bench him. But even now, if you want to bench him, who is going to play in that position? Rodrigo is injured. Jose Luis is gone. But you have to adapt quickly. You have to tell yourself that, look, me a World Cup top scorer. My equally Pele record at that level. I'm playing for. Say, not PSG pressure here. 2x. Way pressure no 20x. And you're a player that wants to come into the Ballon d'Or discussions. You want to come into the Champions League winning discussions. Of course, your contribution, you should step up. More money, 3 million, they say, change on the left wing. In that position, it's unfortunate.
Because Jude is also a position, but he's playing.
Yes, it's unfortunate I don't have the statistics. But chances and Mbappe in the conversion rate, it doesn't tally.
So you don't take coaching now players, Real Madrid problem now.
Me feel say this particular problem, me who say individual problem.
And not the coach.
With Mbappe, the coach has done nothing wrong.
Really?
Ebia, limit no. People would want the coach to bench him. But NMBC, who is coming in for him?
Improvise with maybe Brahim Diaz.
Can he play?
In provisions or on the goals be the chance.
Brahim Diaz is more and more an attacking midfielder. Number 10. But I say, Ebia Ada Gulemo, but look, the sort of pace the two forwards bring into the team, and I make coming. If Mbappe were clinical, we wouldn't even.
Then take Bellingham back to that position.
Maybe it's well. The midfield options, Cruz a film. Ebia Prepra. Chouameni is not taken. Even Valverde sometimes is played out of position. What is Valverde?
Before I started season, we know whatever happened last season, I expect to see BCBO. There are moments I see once in a while.
Like who injured players,
that defensive system they played against City.
Now they are
kwaje. It won't happen again. Those things they happen once in a while. So the Chouameni mobile center back now no man now in CBO a woman a happen back. Now I'm saying administrative. This is why Madrid this season everybody knows that Nacho will leave to Saudi Arabia at the end of the season. Already they don't have a right back and they are relying on a 33-year-old Lucas Vasquez whose normal position is a winger. And at the age, say pace in the BBA format, you don't overuse him. And to look at what Rafinha did to him. Few days later, Rafael Leao took off from where Rafinha left.
So one boy.
And I make us a Dean or Judas because we support AC Milan. So
I go share Juventus Saturday.
It's here we need watch Juventus.
Tuesday no me share Milan JC.
Okay.
A second now share you say it.
Wa kuma betu no. The way I'm go no. So and you come to the midfield. You had one of the best midfielders in the world in the shape of Toni Kroos. He left. When Toni Kroos left, we were expecting you to get at least 2, not 1, 2 to come and replace him. You didn't do any replacement.
But Allegri came to win the league.
He will use Kalazzi, Munis and Crawford now. Obey you soon Crawford with just young boys. Just because he want to be at peace
on per problem
with the team.
I don't know not many tests by or person old guys, not
yes.
new guys.
Today, 2024. 2024.
Benitez by Anfa.
2024.
If boys there be politics
internal politics
they want to play for
2024. If you are still relying on Luka Modric, then it's better you bring Ronaldo rather.
No, but Modric no bobo. Yes, so now can say Wasabi.
There be for now the pace of the game.
I know they know yeah.
It's not about who
so it doesn't give you 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So you don't need a Modric.
And the Chouameni's I think Kamavinga, they may man credit, but Chouameni is not cut.
On and off, or he's not consistent.
For Ancelotti, what this is one of his problems as well. Ancelotti this season will change it below 70th minute, and the Madridistas are complaining.
Vinicius that time to do those mistakes, and now he's the main man. So maybe Ubama and Drake, Bogu, no Bogu be no Sebi, no Bogu be.
Because ni
Bobby Charlton. Bobby Charlton, what
well, so Liverpool and Argentina or Champions League anymore. Liverpool. Put my pie. That's a good. I can check a cash. Why you know who?
I said, make cut. Didn't know.
What do you mean? Garama doesn't move that. You pay him crack.
Mankupa, Michelle, who may come at
the academia.
A Jade share.
Some back why you don't know this weekend there's La Liga. There's also EPL. They call the big game in EPL anymore. The Chelsea Arsenal game and they call boardroom But there's Napoli and Inter Milan near about Black Stars. Napoli Inter Milan.
KG game. So Napoli lusu game a woeful. Omanya some losses this season. I think on match day 1, they lost 3-0. And clearly it tells you say Omanya a good run of games. But when they are losing,
okay.
This season, quite shocking, but they are not playing in Europe. And we hear Rocco now, you expect Napoli to be there. They are not there. They are concentrating on the league. Antonio Conte has come in. Or the players or you're familiar with. Billy Gilmore, Scott McTominay, Romelu Lukaku, team. And so far, even when they are struggling, they are getting 1-0 win. But it's a team no on cup bon.
Yeah, man,
difficult game. Game will be very tactical.
Quite.
Very tactical game.
Yes, it goes on nozzle.
But a Kotia Napoli, a Kotia Conte, he might concede more than 2-3 goals. I'm telling you.
But on him defensive game, I'll be surprised if we could be on
But if Inter, I'm tipping the game in the balance for Inter.
Okay, all right.
Because Osha the sort of dominance at Inter war, even in midweek, playing a tough fixture versus Arsenal, they got the win. Lautaro is there, Thuram is there, Hakan Şakanoglu. Even Henrik Mkhitaryan, once upon a time, not yet surplus to requirement at Man United and Arsenal. In that system, is playing well. Dumfries, they have one of the best left backs in the world in Di Marco.
And Inter, I'm happy for them because they have Hakan Çalhanoğlu who is back into the team. And arguably the best set piece taker. That was you are. Yes.
Now I'm conformed with pay attention. Even when we was with Bio for Liverpool, he was taking set pieces from yards out, and over show. So he has that quality.
And a specialty.
Yes, expert. I watch Inter. I'm a gamer. I'm a boy in the Champions League. And they sent one clear message. This is a defensively well-drilled side. They are difficult to break down. When people were predicting Arsenal win, I was laughing. I was like, did you watch them against City, right? If you had watched them against City, I wouldn't be predicted. Say, oh, Arsenal be sure. If Inter plays Arsenal 200 times, the probability that Arsenal will draw, the best will be Arsenal's draw is like 90 times.
Really?
Yes.
We need the Arsenal out.
They can't beat Inter. I'm not disrespecting them. But a defensively well-dressed side, this is an Arsenal team that plays with Oli Saka. Cut Saka off, and Martinelli is just 100 meters.
It's Napoli to me.
I'm not saying Napoli to me. But goes to Bebrembe. Yes, Napoli under Antonio Conte. It's a different team than under Luciano Spalletti. Spalletti's Napoli a more free-flowing attacking side. Yeah. But in recent years, what the managers are, what Serie A, Italian coaches, or more system, yes, similar. Two managers with 3-5-2. Antonio Conte and Simeone Inzaghi. And when they played the Champions League final, when City won the Champions League final, you saw how Inter played.
Now, you move it straight to the Black Stars of Ghana. Yes. And so we Saturday games and Sunday games. And I will screen this to the Siano. We EPL fixtures into Shannon Somame and on a Gusu and the biggest of them, the Beko boardroom that is Arsenal and Chelsea. You better send us a game to be seen. But you La Liga. Mami La Liga na La Liga so fixtures na yen so on some Real Madrid back in action last weekend when Siakan because it's where it's a Ghana is where you channel to the near Mojaji is where he has seen Swimuna.
So near year or no, and you've been a year or
20 hours of break.
Sure. And I'm soon a tour and a tower hand can you know that
be a honor me, I mean, say any Mojaji.
Yes, when I thought 3 hours.
I memoir,
20 hours in Ghana, memoir. Someone could say, oh, I call some more about what she and your Kogupu.
Why, dear, Bia, Caswa everywhere.
2 hours.
All right, it's got the Black Stars of Ghana. Coach Otoado are naming the 25-man squad or the Bejinemu against Angola and Niger. Jake Gong, but was a Vim Vogo or the Bejinemu. One talking point about the whole squad. Captaincy asem. Oyano, director be bama but yentam kese. Maybe Otoado doesn't know. Now you beside so when say Kumasi Babaya Stadium for so many years, yen lose you me there record no there. Oh, me there record no there. Hey, Chema.
I'm fine
record nyeri. Yen captain Sambano. Asem e wo ho no. Yen mama we mobi. Hey, Ajama, chama, yen kanchre wa amoni na ho. We captain Samba ne be rough say team no na wo guru no. E be cause problem. Asia ma fe ye stability kakra as e no kra no. Chama untumi nko papa. Oh, as e de call no ko papa bi sa na as e woni see. Na wo de akoma we Jordan wo ho na ma Jimmy de amaku da no kudu so pressure the man ni. Na fa so be na wo so. Afi na say he needs to na nim say he needs to learn. Yenti ne kakra fe ni ento aso yenti Otoado.
The initiative was to make Thomas the captain of the team and for him to guide the team and to lead the team. So once he's not there now, surely after I talked to Thomas, first of all I had to talk to Kudus. For him, I think he's still young. He needs to grow into that role. The last time he was the captain, it was a situation where we actually expected Thomas to come. We have, Jico and Kudus who were like assisting Thomas. And last time I took the decision to make Kudus a captain. And now, as we know, Thomas is not coming. And it's not a permanent thing. So we are always open for him to return. I hope that the things we talked about, that he will do better in that, and that he will join the team maybe in the next window in March. I think he understood my perspective. We had a good talk, and we are in good terms, just for you to know. So going back again, we made a decision to make Cruz the captain that time because Thomas was not there. And now, as we know, Thomas is not there for the next 2 games. We made it.
Right, the chairman actually why or the captain Sambana Jordan and Patama and you bisan say Patin Sue T.
I had a confidential talk with Thomas. Like, you know, I'm a coach who always like to protect the players. So I hope for your understanding. For me, the team is like family, and I'm not coming out with internal issues. But I made quite clear to him he wanted to come. So this one first, he wanted to come, but I made quite clear that why he's not coming. Like I said, it's confidential. It's difficult for me to mention all the things. It's like that. We have to move on.
Right, Thomas Pateria so no chire mo so ne chairman kasa say to boase na pate peso oba e no no chire pate say relax say ni ntumi mo say de o mo kan de ontumi nkan chire ba na Thomas peso oba ono ana chense mo ma nti o makasa dede ayo response na bi ni o I say on free the debut no I don't know what is wrong, but guys, Otto and the 25 months scored 3 local players. Then the main issues me no and ya boss on the
yeah. I'm happy say we start here no can say in tam kese yo ade bi wono ma.
Why is Dean whispering? And then a Dean.
Ah, so when you girl be on any.
And then a Dean.
No man, one farmer me. One farmer me.
Kasa.
Oh, they cow asem.
Man for home ba.
Oh my goodness.
So asem bi wo wa, you say Bible say ye wo ade nyina ho kwa.
Nyeni nyina na fatan.
So nyeni nyina na fatan. Otoado ne end e sade we.
The
Captaincy way no. That was his end. He will not succeed our Black Stars because of Adewe. He is done. Bonsameni. Men fa wonsan ko.
Look at Bonsameni, where Bonsameni.
Captaincy ni issue. It has cost us AFCON.
Baby.
One of our biggest disgrace Kokonya the Bochum disaster was a captaincy issue. When we went to Burkina 98, captaincy issue. We lost Senegal 92, captain. Germany, Bochum disaster, captain. 2019 AFCON, the day you and Samojan, captain. 2021 AFCON, captain. Men fa wonsan koto bonsan medu anim. Asemu nifie.
E wadi awie kra.
Anka assemwe anka case ni ya kan wi o ye wie because the day you gradually is out of the team manenda baby eda ya boko when ne suma wo na oto ado when ne suma for you to go back and apologize to Jordan, meaning you took a terrible decision. Not wrong, terrible decision. That was your end. Whoever is watching should tell you to Adom. Say, Captain, no. Sa Montono mudi gu ama bonsam na uko be a chance no so no. It was your end. You are done. He won't succeed. And in any case,
even after realizing,
I'm telling you saw Jordan's
in the absence of
posture. You saw his attitude during the 2 games in a boy, you know. We also the videos. Go kusa okay pictures ni bi. Ah, confront to Kosi apia and then the quotation come on. Captain's issue.
And there was even one and I said from what we saw now
yes.
Tizigi.
Yes. And captains who told you it doesn't have implications?
Yes.
Our players so.
It does.
Kylian Mbappe. There is a French journalist.
Yeah.
My friend. Is it Lucien? Something Lucien. Last year, in the interview with French magazine for Nokase, Antoine Griezmann by retire.
Yeah, Griezmann. Yeah.
Yes, he was the first person who said that Antoine Griezmann will retire. Adenya, Antoine Griezmann feels disappointed.
Yeah.
Say young for captain Siamano. Recently, Raphael Varane interview. Or say Antoine Griezmann retired because of captains in some sign on because he was the second most experienced player. Abra, Captain Hugo Lloris retired. He was the second just behind Olivier Giroud. And Olivier Giroud in Tanya Bimbo. Olivier Giroud age, now likely say he was done even our national team.
Yeah.
Into Antoine Griezmann, all of a sudden, you see a Nemu Mbappe, captain.
Much younger.
Ono ankasa Antoine Griezmann na bie na no ka say no kura nyame anim ni be ye 3 days no ntumi nda
Charlie. And then Koto as well the same problem for Belgium.
Yes. Vincent Kompany. And so issue by. You remember Vincent Kompany and Eden Hazard? Captaincy issue.
Yeah.
How Vincent Kompany demoralize you know. So aya na ye wie fi say they are human first before becoming players.
Yeah.
And whatever you go through, it's like, baby, na muye juma. Unsa de no, boss ni ho, boss ko pension. Position e do so pa. Near the ama akwala bi a wotete no. Ye wi na catch us say cycle ho. And now no nya nipa. I'm telling you, you can even it can even say will carry. Enti na utado.
Need a lot of maturity.
Aya na ye wie fi say play wo kra wo ye former player pen wo bobo ni bi pen wo ye boys ni ye players but omo ye nipa ansa no ma be ye players enti think about the psychological effects national team already omo ni psychologist wo
omo ni
enti say they no take a decision now how are they going to even handle it because even before you take that decision who spoke to Jordan before taking the decision?
That was basic.
Yes. That is it. And you don't have a psychologist in camp. Before Nkaube take a decision, let the psychologist even get to the player. Speak to him. Find a way. How did you arrive at conclude on that?
There were other bigger figures in the team.
That is
if we uncle for Jordan, Jikumu Nina in those capacities.
Utado. One or two.
One necessary pressure on the two.
Kudus. Me say, and Kudus call national team no. Yes, me say call national team no. Onya red card no, you listen to Julien Lopetegu's interview.
You mean the club, right?
The club, yeah.
Onya red card no.
Yeah.
So we take Julien Lopetegui interview. Also of frustration or they feel the national team.
I mean, he confirmed that they hear
report.
Really? Thank you. Internet said your coach in the car no. And you true. So affected no. You have finished the guy's career with Adom.
Charlie. Right. Power, Bremwe.
I think that Dean touched on very important point. But my member Ghana and Central Funds were Basso.
Okay.
At the presser or at the unveiling of the squad, they touched on sensitive issues. One of them had to do with the captaincy issue. I think the Dean he's done justice to it. But maybe a Jordan and at this particular moment, I wouldn't take the arm span.
Really?
Oh, yes. Especially when the boat is already sinking. I feel anyone who say, I can captain the ship and bring it ashore safely. The situation, any and some your qualification to the AFCON, we've thrown it away. Bible class don't cast your pearls to swine. We've casted it away already. At this moment, if I were Jordan, maybe for captain Samban. Maybe in World Cup qualifiers, yes, I would have. But I'm coming for. But I want to believe, sir, sometimes people are born for greatness. Osha ne papa portfolio. Osha only senior brother portfolio. And the fact say they are naturally born leaders.
It's not their fault.
Sometimes no, you may be baba be tree on and I appreciate Jordan so much for that. But if I were him, I wouldn't take it. The Enfa captains in Ntonche. Part issue, no, it bothers me.
Really?
Yes.
Oche mkwana na no.
Parte anka say me fit into me mawu. Parte si oyare. And you see, sometimes the narratives now, certain communication personnel within the FA, they back out. You have to be careful.
On Patedia, me nim dia wote, but I also had information from a reliable source. Say even Dr. Prince Pambo, he does a so koye also almost a doctor.
Or doctor.
Doctor or UK ho. So on kwa assess no. Say is it true say boy any yare? Am omo deny so omo money pan.
The club can deny.
Yes.
By force.
Exactly.
Yes, party so informe ono response or them omo say ono we pra untumi mfa fly 6 hours in Bakroma.
He's not well.
The club can deny. Bottom line is say party say ne ho mfa no.
Yes.
Maybe when your opportunity to assess him rationally, no, there are players in those categories to say Amad Diallo in the just ended international break or call the camp of Cote d'Ivoire and not sign back. Rationally, that is what Partey should have done. But per report, he couldn't travel more than 6 hours. So why do you force the player? And you said, sir, the player was available.
Yeah, no Pesoba.
Partey is fit.
Yeah. Oh, boss, you may feel.
Or see or
right back now, boss.
Only for you to say, they are confidential things. So why give us a tip of the situation and then make it look like who say and want to say he's a good guy, but he's not the good guy.
Oh, really?
He's not the good guy. On your Captain Planet. Decisions maybe I will take you what the Black Stars are. It is affecting the aura of the team. Team ne say Otuado kwa na boy si person mo kasa ya better nsempa. Because we're disorganizing the team. And they are even setting under I don't know how far I don't know the issue with bonuses. But have me say qualifies be on my bokrom the boys neka. And you see sometimes it's easy to blame the coach because he's at the center of it all. But me see there are underlying problems with Black Stars na that it's a ball asuja.
Okay.
She was here. Yes, and you know, for me it goes beyond what the coach is even saying.
All right.
But the reality is that
why do we have even do we feel say you better qualify?
We will not qualify.
No, we have not.
No, this is football.
No,
Enrico,
I know.
It's not.
We will not qualify.
You will not qualify as in.
For the AFCON, you will not
qualify. We
did
not qualify.
Okay, we did not. Enrico,
we did not qualify.
So you don't think Sudan can lose the 2 games?
Okay.
I don't think Ghana can lose the 2
games.
No.
Yes, Sudan.
I know Sudan can.
You think Sudan can never lose?
They
Sudan
can lose the 2 games.
The 2 games.
Ghana can also lose the 2 games.
But we can also win the 2 games.
I think Sudan.
Yes. I think Sudan can also win the 2 games.
But we've been to tournaments. You hear dry.
Me Sudan. The mathematics.
Okay.
Right. I believe that Sudan will even lose the 2 games. But I am telling you that we have played 4 games and we have 2 points. Until about 2 matches, be 1 point. And we are going to play 2 matches. We might end up with 3 points. And it's possible.
Right. You better check about boardroom is up next. You better heard the Chelsea Arsenal game and any other things about. But your boss House of Oak. That win yet mean Katayani Enguso. Watara back-to-back wins naba. Dean and Vapor, many of them were Kejuan and Cassani Erica City, but the entry on running to us. Right, fantastic. Yes, I'm Wakwaba, about Sports Arena, so Adom TV. So, Yadika Bro Subia, Marcia, boardroom Sabre, and just a minute each on the House of Oak game. Dean, Mabao, House of Oak win number.
For the first time in so many months.
250 days. Yes. Precisely.
Almost a year. I think the last time we win back-to-back was against RTU and Omoko Nswatre eko wini they scored RTU 3-0 went to Nswatre no mko wini and also 2-1 since then this season Kromo started here no unset form na traffic light
yeah that time say obami ahwe House of Oak go na Maoli Wayo back to back goals
yes it's super good for his confidence and when new opportunity and starting game but House of Oak Collins in Bobo
Collins no yeah
onim Bobo that 6 the holding midfielder the man he's a fantastic player
young guy
fine he has been consistent my training games are what bought this season now form has been very consistent and something mehu adie bia is synonymous with the team when Salim Adom say who's the Collinson plays better he's a good player but say Salim no eba into the party boy any performance no go to another level
okay
and games are much na no sa na ekwa just that a few House of Oak fans I know mo first o mo be hu say Salim mo because o mo gidi say the form no ade but onen I say for the balance of the team and the coach bia no wo pese team no nya balance and ono ne Collinson performance no has been so wonderful this season and I wasn't surprised. The only disappointment in the say na me expecting House of Oak be more.
Wow.
So say local derby no. Those days are not House of Oak G League no. Na ye wemu na na House of Oak G League. Enya no kwa the southern sector teams no. Because House na bia Afionya United bebo. Oni the Youngsters bebo. Oni
the points.
Team here call relegation and say Great Olympics ebebo obekọ akọbọ Gapoha
Suhumas
obekọ akọbọ Suhumas Bees no abo Kede Hospes owia no abo Ko United na wa fa fitire ha ya akọche Dwarfs abo no 2 ewo ho na wa fa akọche enti southern sector ha no obehye teams na but teams we dey imagine say those times no bo ebia Afionya United na so for Greater Accra nkwa team send yaboy Greater Accra nkwa betuma mo teams be 4
all right but ko this here we are na mama Dean people are commenting on the arts
and e ba behwe big game e ba so nyambo e china cause midweek we matches o mumienu ina boy no Chelsea ekwa Armenia ekwa share I invite Armenian club Noah e share 8-0 Noah no ye de to Noah no opam shen no ono papa ne bebe to team no
yeah
o si baby a team ni wo no e ho na Noah pam shen no
okay
no the club ne to ni tell you Noah na opam shen no no na the club no e de to no so Chelsea to me winning 8-0 and it was a Chelsea team almost rested a lot of players key players enough rest just to prepare for this game. Arsenal Kokoshia a well-drilled Inter team no maka say even City away Etihad eye di omu beye bi omu ntuma nhye omu and this is Simeone Inzaghi team a won na ebo a menya wadwen say results no obenya na sa afala so I wasn't surprised say Arsenal elusu ye nti a fresh Chelsea team against an Arsenal as Premier League title no gradually a free nsa. Last season they finished second and lot of people was that prior to the season you know, a lot of people any that perception is so Arsenal they omo last season you know akake to be just a little push and Arsenal will win the league but you starting here Arsenal form omunya in the last season you know and yet the same form and ye who this season and Tama a lot of misfeeling and this game is going to be the 209th game our mobile ball between Chelsea and Arsenal. Chelsea playing at the Stamford Bridge coming with all their confidence because they are playing at home. This is the first game for Enzo Maresca. You are going to watch Enzo Maresca as against Mikel Arteta. Two managers are Omunyina no be our school of thought no and I said Omunyina go under one trainer 120-year rivalry new 209 times against each other. Arsenal LED overall record 83 wins, draw 60, and Chelsea winning 66. And Arsenal and they were the upper hand when it comes to this game. And the rivalry is what check. This is another you say so what your two managers here. Omumi enu ina so for Pep Guardiola ansem. And the men say game way obi ba be defend. Adia ba kwa ha Arsenal in recent years. Nisa Arsenal for omo bobo o bule omo kakra na omo akwele. But last season this season, you know, Arsenal team omo parody, especially in big games, you know, they look more like a Jose Mourinho team than even a Pep Guardiola team.
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive. And Arsenal going into this game, they know they are going to miss key players. A few of them are back. You can say Declan Rice war. You can say Martin Odegaard war. But this is what is going to happen. How Arsenal able to use Martin Odegaard? Is he going to start or is he not going to start?
He should start that game.
Because game way is so crucial to Arsenal more than Chelsea. Game way is very important at the Arsenal and Chelsea. I'm saying this because yesterday season Chelsea for and Castle Mubeji League. Chelsea for the Omedico Premier League this season and say on to me room into the top 4. Into a mokono or my relaxed. In fact, what's your expectation amount for the match Chelsea? Any ball reality the year people are overexcited because Chelsea mau BB. Apart from winning, you know, this season, the last game at Chelsea we lose, you know, was against Liverpool.
2-1.
That was at Anfield. Now come the last 5 away games, Chelsea. And they are playing with a very young team. So I Martin Odegaard. Adia ba ama Mikel Arteta exercise the system and the tactics bebreno because of Michael Ayabante friend Martin Odegaard. Not because onya obi an replacing no, but because oni necessary e team no mu biom. And to us Arsenal e shift to 4-2-3-1. Say Odegaard o ha Arsenal bought 4-3-3. Arsenal ni Odegaard no mo san akwa koshim akwa 4-2-3-1 because edwuma na Odegaard eyema the way Odegaard able to make breaky lines on the amount the passes are Odegaard ebe the amount no player and the what Arsenal set up numa obe to menya the amount they don't have his kind entina opra nyina no Arsenal especially even when they played against City you better na can say Arsenal ball no mo omo ben Jose Mourinho team. In fact, omo ben Antonio Conte a team and the boss nanka so training no Pep Guardiola. This coach will do something. Also a 4-3-3 coach. We see a 4-3-3 coach. But they also believe in I say system switch. Say yeah ball. Na ball no mu and I say yeah ba start game. Now what perception me say and I have both first half no winya idea be say there be game way ma mini way na be a 4-3-3 no kwa mensesa because oye Italian no market say Italian Jose Mourinho when he went to Inter or see league back or boy ya or bre ya pa Italian Serie A every 15 minutes coaches need change system and sana papa wait here Enzo Maresca in fact oba be for Chelsea can once mo ha bebre say a far Chelsea be one of the finest football in Europe. And they have shown. Now, Okokoshe Chelsea for age, we used to this season. When him said the whole of England, Chelsea Nekuta the youngest squad.
Okay.
The whole of England, Chelsea need the only team or more the average youngest or more the abo game. Average 11, oldest. The oldest in Pono Chelsea oldest. And Umpono ya young change teams ni nyina. Abra told Boli befa Chelsea team no. O kan ade ba ko. O say o peso oye ne model ne te say City group ni bi. Enti okoto club a ye friend Strasbourg. Our France. Ye be hwa ade. Na wo hwa ade we ya.
Ya na ye hwanyan.
Me nyabotre obehu. Wo de hwe. When your team starting 11 average ages, according to our Opta analyst, youngest na yekoko no, average and oldest starting lineup where your English Premier League 2024-2025. Now we shall deal with 23.2 no, and your youngest 11 Chelsea they are starting. The average is 23.2. The entire season, Chelsea for average age of more use or combined 11 no, 23.5. 5 months no 0.2 near 2 months to 23 years 2 months 23 years 5 months. The oldest first 11 Chelsea use average age or combined 24.1. And Chelsea for the oldest first 11 no use this season was Premier League no, and no crampo no young team Premier League teams ni na. The American what you say? What the American say? Into omuno mukuta the youngest team. Ocean Europe top 5 leagues now. Strasbourg, Chelsea forces start team no mukoto no. Omuno mo number 1. 21 years, 322 days average age. Chelsea na that number 2. Chelsea this season player be no when you 28 years our ball. When they played against Manchester United, the oldest player on the pitch was Raya. He was 26 years. Until Chelsea be running. Chelsea do mo be running. And this season adia ba kwa bo Chelsea the energy. Utumi so mo ball now, they will run at you 120 minutes, 90 minutes. Abro Mombre. I've talked about Matthew Odegaard already. Let's go forward. The Matthew Odegaard, I'm going to look at how he's going to stop this guy. But Matthew Odegaard, no, 50-50. So before you be, you better so best start here and so on start here. But look at this guy. This guy is having the form of his life. Mejidi says Sikana Chelsea for the Kokoto and the Bayern. I'm feeling the Chelsea for the best. Because Enzo Maresca who kwanya obetuma use Moises Caicedo and he's giving them Shagosa Oshe. Sana na man for nim no Brighton. No Chelsea for a breaky bank. And the Kokofa and the buy. Into a lot of expectation what the man. And this season he is doing just what Chelsea expected him to do. So many results are our midfield. That boy is very key. About Papa way, Bukayo Saka. Now me the Saka buy because Chelsea for any bekono because Arsenal for team no more. Almost strength no move BB na ya branty way. Bukayo Saka. Last season highest goal scorer. On a share do them Arsenal. So far, Ocean the numbers this season he's doing well. Yeah. But Arsenal for problem is say we stop Papa we are. The other flank ni nyadwuma. Arsenal for attack no about 70% of the attack no according to Opta. Tembiano they want to rely on Bukayo Saka. The runs. When you add Martinelli wouldn't give you the numbers. Now if you look at his numbers, this is Bukayo Saka for 2024-2025. Premier League 9 games, we 3 goals, 7 assists. Champions League 3 games, 1 goal, no assist. And so far about 1,096 minutes. Influence for what team no. When he is not in the team and you are going to rely on Martinelli is a Usain Bolt in the game, but he wouldn't give you the brains of Bukayo Saka.
Only cutting edge.
Only that cutting edge, the finishing touch. He will give you a lot of runs. And Chelsea for any branch we also bear something magical at their mom. What's your Chelsea team now? Adia Bakwa yet very beautiful about this Chelsea team is the combination of Cole Palmer and the link up between Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson. Because Mranti we no or more create some telepathy and understanding beer. From last season, almost started so more build that up. And Papa na buy no Enzo Maresca buy no. I say Wama Cole Palmer arguably the best player in the league. A lot of confidence to the extent say boy no on the pitch be bia to me far. And when your boy shed the way to me a share branch with Jackson Martinez. Nicolas Jackson. Shed the way to me share branch and say no, I need Nicolas Jackson. Boy no so whom they were Cole Palmer born the boy no. Team Biano. Right on time. Cole Palmer beje ball no ko say Osemiso Nicolas Jackson minaminie. And that combination and the air boy Chelsea. Look at his numbers this season. Branche Nicolas Jackson. 10 games, 6 goals, 3 assists. Not bad. And he's been involved in 9 goals so far in 10 games. Is it bad? for a player that young the second season of Premier League nim nti aye Chelsea for the way omotumi organize your team no, especially the build up and the link up play between Cole Palmer and Nicolas Jackson up front. Chelsea for me to win the game way. Yabeka ho asem, but I will show you who is going to be the decisive factor.
Okay, so in 3 minutes.
First, probable lineup ni. I'm expecting Sanchez to start. Captain James Bebo. Fofana Bebo, Lewy Cowell and Kukurea. Lavia Caicedo. Madueke, Palmer, Neto and Jackson. When he expected. Arsenal for lineup ni. Probable lineup. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber. I'm expecting Partey and Rice. Saka.
Party no more.
That's beautiful.
Party so Emunia said.
Party no more.
Trossard, Martinelli. I had a problem no one. Me use way because the magnitude of the game no. Me nyini say Mikel Arteta be risky. So best start Martin Odegaard.
Or the Bebam rather.
Ebi or the Bebam second half. And the Bema Chelsea for advantage no.
Or starting so who will he replace?
Or be replace Trossard. Straight up.
And so coach in crowded Trossard bomb Martinelli position.
Samo more.
He's far better on that flank than Martinelli. But I mean him into your bone.
Well, okay. But you can't play any bebree. You can't the influence of Cole Palmer. You can't Nicolas Jackson. You can't Saka. We've talked about Martin Odegaard. But no Madueke will be the hero tomorrow.
Another standard player.
Yes. Another
standard player.
Chelsea team no the way winning ball no. The way boys no so young and more beautiful football no. Credit ni na Cole Palmer so. People are not talking about this guy. Credit ni na Nicolas Jackson so. People are not talking about this guy. But this guy is one of the best wingers currently we have in the Premier League. And Echina Arsenal for you many free Abrante we one. Damage you know. Abrante we never cause one downfall. He will be the hero for tomorrow. Win for Chelsea.
Wow.
Yes, they are picking the maximum points.
Go Arsenal.
Yes.
Chelsea no Arsenal league no na ebe ya no.
And the among you because a China game no. I don't see Arsenal beating Chelsea. Especially with Stamford Bridge. Forget about Arsenal record in recent years over Chelsea. Chelsea team are in this season. Arsenal team are in this season. No? Chelsea are what or more. Last season we predicted 2-2. It ended in 1-1.
All right.
A China there. Definitely Chelsea will pick the win.
Wow.
Yes.
Boardroom there. Dean, thank you so much. Before that, Gentry House of Folk. 3 points or GF Vision Horror. Name for to Krumuntuazo. I say we Hearts of Folk, ne Vision and Friday Night Football. The last time they won, call Takwa so na Friday Night Football, 3 points. And Friday Night Football, timi the 3 maximum points. And Otimu say yes. Petre there, but Mauli Wayo having a wonderful season so far. Only a manembobi, but now Watara nya fit wonimu. I didn't know so you anymore. And Obama be a bojuma. And that there he is. Then he had J. And then our Tara press conference was say the problem of why you want why you said it. So why you said it. So that is how the goal came. Now Vision 4 no who say offside but referee say the other. I share one. I think me pa for me come when Tokro
Ariko, I think some know there was a shade of offside. But I don't say angles no much game in the air difficult. So obe clear. Bruni. But young
right. I mean Bruni.
Odds of the week. This week you prepared 10.78 odds. That they ma aye ashe 4. Into you here. And on a was screen so no.
But I wish God me call Ghanaian Premier League first just name one sana. About
the right. Mami body to ne enko GP of it. Ntem pass no no atwa na o de atu phone so ehun hia pa. Your first pick your Liverpool and Aston Villa in the English Premier League. Liverpool at home, you expect to see Ombe win over Villa. Villa, Oma very inconsistent. Ombe is stubborn, but you expect a home win for Liverpool. Real Madrid, Osasuna. Real. Omu game ni pushy ye postpone because of flood issues. But Oma back. Oma standing fixture. But ya senia omu fan kesiye pa kan ye no. Real Madrid and Osasuna edibesi and yako home win for Real Madrid. Oko Juventus in the city of Turin, no. Turin derby ne bekoso. Minim ebia ntina di ni sha omo jesina, but Juventus ni Torino ebebo. No yako home win e de ama Juventus. Torino this season and said Nkoye they've been inconsistent. Away to France, Angers ni Paris Saint-Germain. Yako away win for PSG. PSG elusu in midweek to Atletico Madrid at home. You expect to say in the league against Angers no Ombenya straight win in that fixture. You call the championship mo. Leeds United ne QPR ebebo midweek Leeds o ma me wo share no na shock me kakra. But the expectation be bounce back. Ombenya home win versus Queen's Park Rangers. St. Pauli Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga yako away win for Bayern Munich win the beto so Atalanta ni Udini in the Serie A team back was goals far this season was Soldier call. Atalanta yako home win the Atalanta. Fiorentina Verona home win for Fiorentina. David De Gea and Emranto omo bomb home ding.
My goodness.
Omunya results.
Yeah.
Even
say how many odds? 10.78 odds.
Almost 11 odds.
Most definitely. In pacho it's on our screen. No. Shannon song. Na bibia na di. Uni group ni mo. Udem. Uni group ni mo 0249136744 0249136744. Be join e ho na the odds ni na gu we say the code ni beto so on our screen so over here. Yes, Enra.
GPO no, era match day 10. Wow. Enra has to folk it is
yes. Ten dreams in media.
Go yeah. And then one game wo ho e wo Tuba Astrotef. What's the new bia Tuba she. Dreams FC any medium are Eddie Bessie any e wo Tuba Astrotef. Game near 3 p.m. Ochinada November 10th. Nations FC e wo fie beto nsafre in Swatreman. Bechem United and Asante Kotoko.
Basake Holy Stars, Accra Lions, Young Apostles, Gold Stars, out of Lions, Brooklyn Chelsea, Adriana Carrella, Samates, Legon City, Sampaya. That's the same. Johnny, that was Vipar Kwasare, and I face Mustafa Jidin. And me hoyefa na K clothing 0247899976 0247899976 na K clothing worldwide best auto at man me man tade ginano. O she kejwa ranka sane Erica Sidu body. Be share next week.